Looking for Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins with fast delivery? IG Vault has the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTS for 6% off your order. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com. In today's Madden 21 tip video, I'm going to break down the best defense in the game that can easily stop both the run and the pass. I'm going to show several examples of how you can set this defense up to defend a lot of the popular formations you see online to stop the run and the pass. So make sure you watch the whole video so you don't miss out. Now we're going to be looking at the nickel 3-5 wide formation on defense. I've done a lot of videos on this formation this year, but recently there's been a few gameplay patches and updates that have kind of changed the way zones play in this game. So there's definitely a new way you're going to want to run this. And I'm going to go over my setup as well as my coaching adjustments with my zone drops. Because like I said, the zones have definitely changed. They don't play the same anymore. And a lot of people online you see running this formation, they don't run it the right way. As far as what playbooks to run this in, you can run it in quite a bit. However, probably the best way to do it if you're going to use this as your best defense is to run the 4-6 playbook, because it's the playbook that allows you to have the nickel 3-5 normal and the nickel 3-5 wide. The reason why this is important is in the 3-5 wide, you can only really put a safety in the game as the middle linebacker, whereas in the 3-5 normal, you can put 3 safeties in the game for all your linebackers. And obviously, if you play on MUT, franchise, whatever, where you have a lot of good secondary players and safeties, it's very important because you're going to get more speed, and more better coverage ability, especially if you're going to play a mixture of man or zone when you audible. So you're going to want to go ahead and in your audibles for 3-5 wide, I definitely would recommend to have the following plays: cover 2 man, Mike Blitz 0, and then also the Mike Blitz 3, and then the cover 4 show 2. All right. Now, if you're not going to audible down from nickel 3-5 normal, 3-5 wide itself is in a lot of playbooks this year. The one I personally run is the Giants. And guys, if you want to get better at Madden 21, make sure you check out sportsgamers.com. I run the Giants playbook on defense and the Jets playbook on offense. You can check out all my offensive and defensive schemes, ebooks, tips. They're all for sale on sportsgamers.com to help you guys get better at the game. Now, as far as my coaching adjustments, I do typically like to have auto flip on. You can turn it off if you want when running this. It's not a huge deal, but the most important thing is I'm going to put my flat zones on either 20 or 25, and then I'm going to put my curl flats on 5. This is basically opposite from the way you used to want to run it, and once we get into the setup, I'm going to explain why this is so important. But let's just go ahead. We got our safety subbed in the game. I would make sure when running this defense that you also have at least 1 or 2 good defensive linemen for rushing the passer, because you're going to be rushing a lot of times 2 or 3 defenders with this defense. So the play you come out in doesn't really matter. Before we get too much further into the video, guys, just want to give you a quick reminder. If you're enjoying my content on YouTube, make sure you just subscribe to the channel and also give us a like on the video. Smash that like button. Really just help me out as a creator, be able to continue to do this content for you guys. Guys, I want to focus on how to defend the pass first. Now, the thing I want to focus on before anything else is that purple zones just don't play the same as they used to. So what we're going to do here is we're going to audible to Mike Blitz 3. It's nickel 3-5 wide. It's 1 click to the left on your audibles, then Mike Blitz 3. So what we're going to do here is we're going to shift the D-line away from the running backs. So the running back's on the right, we're going to shift them to the left. The running back was on the left, we'll shift them to the right. This is more so for run defense, but in this case, it's fine. Now, what you used to could do is you used to just be able to, basically shade up or whatever, have your curl flats, set to 20 or 25, then you could just rush 2 and put these 2 guys that are blitzing in hard flats, which is considered a double Mabel, and just play the middle of the field. You can't really do that anymore, and the reason for that is simple. Purple zones, they just don't play the same as they used to. Purple zones do not get out to the sideline as well as they used to. You can throw corners and crossers and all sorts of things right at their zone drop, and they don't play it the same way. So now what you want to do is we're just going to go ahead and audible and reset. Is instead of doing that, you want to shade down first. So you shade down. When you shade down, that gives you hard flats. Then you want to shade over the top, which is, so down is down on the right stick, and then over the top is up on the right analog stick. So you shade down first, then up. This gives you cloud flats. Because we set our flat zone drop to 20 or 25, now these guys are going to play the sideline. And then what you can do is you can put your 2 edge guys that are blitzing into curl flats. And because we set our curl flats to 5, they're going to take away the quick flats. Now, you can go ahead and you can set it up like this to get some very, 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 very good coverage. And I'm also going to show you guys how you can set this defense up to get some pressure too in a second. But this is my favorite way to play coverage out of this defense. So what you're going to see here is if it gets, some of the more common things out there. Let's do the delay fade, with the PA tight end, rollout play. You guys can see there's nothing open. They just have to chuck it, and we're able to get the pick. So if you take a look at the replay, you're going to see that, they basically had the little quick flat crossing route taken away by the purple zone. And then also, you guys can see here, this cloud flat is on the sideline to where they're not going to be able to throw this crosser. He's just waiting for it. And then I peel back on the delayed fade after I kind of take away the crossers for a split second. And, I'm easily able to make the pick just like this. So very, very good defense. Extremely easy to set up. Now, you're probably wondering, what if they run something like with corners, right? So something like this. And corners, posts, whatever. This is another pretty solid play that people will run from bunch tight end. It's got the corners, it's got the flats, it has stuff over in the middle field. So again, same setup. Audible to Mike Blitz 3, shift the D-line away from the running back. And what you're going to want to do, shade down first, then shade up. That gives you the cloud flats. Then we can put the 2 edge rushers into curl flats. Curl flat is to the right on the left analog stick. So we're going to set it up like this. Then, we're going to be responsible for the middle of the field ourselves. Now, only rushing 2 here. The thing is, on this year's game, it's kind of crazy, but you're actually able, as you can see there, to get quick sheds. If you guys take a look at the replay, you're going to see that, again, the flats were taken away by the curl flats. Notice, boom, over here on the left, boom, over here on the right. And then also, this cloud flat was just chilling on the sideline, waiting for the corner out. I initially guarded the slant until he kind of ran into this player. And then I peeled back to take away the post. And by this time, the slant is starting to come open, but they are already sacked. So, this is honestly a really good money play. It's one of my favorite plays to attack this defense because it makes them guard either the slant or the post. But the problem is, if you have a good D-line, chances are that before you're able to wait, this long for this guy to come open, the sack is, going to be in there because, unfortunately, on this year's game, you can rush 2 and beat 5 blockers, as you can see, very easily. Now, also, another thing about this defense is if you notice that they're never blocking anybody, they're just sending people out on routes, it's super easy to just get quick pressure out of this defense. So, the way you'd want to do that if you want to bring some pressure is you're going to just audible again to Mike Blitz 3. You can press. You don't have to press. Pressing's fine. But if you want to get pressure, what I like to do is spread the D-line up and then crash him out. And then I kind of just stand here. And what's going to happen is at the snap, I'm going to let this guy act like he's blitzing for a split second. And then I'm going to drop back in coverage because what will happen is, as you guys can see here, that's going to confuse the old line. And one of those safeties is going to come off the edge every single time because when we keep ourselves on a blitz angle and for a split second after the snap, act like we're blitzing, just take a half step or so forward, and then I drop back over the middle. What happens is the 5-hole linemen, they think, okay, that guy's blitzing in the middle, so it's 6 rushers, so they have to let somebody free, and on this game, they're going to let the edge rusher come free before the A-gap. But really, I'm not actually blitzing. I'm just making them think that, so one of my edge guys comes free, and then I drop back over the middle, and bam, they're sacked before they have a chance to do anything. So that's the guessing game with this defense. Sure, you can bring pressure. Sure, you can, drop back in coverage. You can play man. You can play zone. But this Mike Blitz 3 with these zone drop adjustments, in my opinion, is the best way to play defense in the game right now. Now, before we go any further against the pass, just quickly, I want to show you guys against the run how to stop the run. The run defense from this formation is super good. You should never really give up any shotgun runs because, again, all you have to do is shift the D-line away from the running back if they want to run the ball. Do whatever coverage adjustments you want. You kind of just really want to hide behind the D-lineman away from the running back, and at the snap, just come through that A-gap. You can make the tackle yourself. I just missed the tackle there because my stick skill is not the greatest right now. My second controller is kind of bad, I'm not going to lie. But, point remains the same. You're going to shift away from the running back. You're going to make sure that you stand behind this D tackle, make whatever coverage adjustments you want, shoot in the gap. This time we click off. And of course, he made my computer miss too. But you guys can see we're in the backfield every time. I don't know if this user that I'm using right now in the Chargers is just awful. I couldn't really tell you. But again, you guys can see every single time we're in the backfield. That time, we made the tackle. He just broke it. I mean, if you take a look at the replay, though, you guys can see the A-gap is open every single time to shoot through. You just got to get some reps in doing it. It's super easy. So you might be saying to yourself, what if they flip the formation or just in a formation with the running back on the right? I'm sorry, on the left instead of the right. I mean, it's essentially the same thing. You still audible the same way, the Mike Blitz 3, but you just shift the D-line away from the running back if they're going to run inside zone. So running back's on the left here, so instead of shifting them to the left, we shift them to the right. Same thing, make whatever coverage adjustments you want. At the snap, shoot the gap, and you guys can see I didn't even do the best job right there, but again, it's just good defense in general. We're able to get the stop. So one more time. Again, you can do whatever coverage adjustments are necessary. Shade down, shade up, do your curl flat adjustment, just like I'm doing right here. Stand behind the D tackle, and bam, shoot in the backfield, click off, or make the tackle yourself. Pretty easy. So, getting back into the pass defense, I want to show it against some other formations. So, how about bunch? So, bunch is another very popular one. One of the more popular things you'll see are these Z-spot plays like Z-spot and go, smart right corner routes, streaks, you know, all that. So again, because we have auto flip on, when we audible, if they flip their bunch to Mike Blitz 3, you'll see we got it set up just like we want. So we can press, we don't have to press, but now if they're in a formation like bunch where they don't really have the threat of an inside zone, I'd probably just spread the D-line out every time and just kind of stand behind here so you can fake the blitz. Now again, coverage adjustment's easy. Shade down, shade up, then you're going to go ahead and you want to put your two outside rushers that are in blitz assignments into curl flats. Again, why? Because my curl flats are going to defend 5 yards, my cloud flats are going to defend about 20 to 25. So here, a very common thing people do, something like this. Got the on both sides of the field attacking the flat and the deep sideline with flats and small right corners or C routes. And then I just defend the middle of the field myself. As you can see, there's really nothing for me to even defend on this setup because it's completely boxed. Guys, take a look. On both sides of the field, there's nothing open. My purples took away the running back flat and the tight end flat. Then my cloud flats took away both the small right corner and then also the C route, and then I had the coverage over the top. Now, something some people may do against this type of defense is actually just have, instead of, attacking both sides of the field with flats and deep sideline routes like we did on the last play, maybe they might just try to attack it on one side, like something like this, and then have the bunch receiver coming back over the middle field on like a slant or an in route. That's what a lot of people will do, and on Mutt, what they'll really do is have that receiver as a playmaker. So in that case, you're just going to watch the middle field yourself, take that away, whatever. And again, you're just guarding the middle field, end up with the coverage stack because, again, nothing is open. And that's what you're seeing, guys. If you have a D-line with even one or two D linemen that can get to the passer, that's all it takes on this year's game. Look at Bosa. Just eat the O-line alive. So if you have an edge threat, double or nothing, just anything, you're going to get pressure rushing too. I mean, I know it sounds kind of absurd, but trust me, guys, you play this game enough, you're going to see that you don't have to do much to get pressure on the quarterback, man. It's to me the biggest flaw in the game that we have defenses like this where we can rush to, have all-out coverage, get pressure on the quarterback rushing too, but then yet also stop the run just by shooting gaps. And then also, we can mix in rushing 5, as I showed you, and get unblocked blitzers. I mean, to me, just absolutely absurd. But hey, that's why it is the best and the most probably popular defense in the game right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, the coverage has definitely changed, and this is the best way to run this defense, bar none, to mix in pressure with coverage with my zone drop adjustments. You no longer want to use your purples to defend the sideline because they do a horrific job. This setup is much better, and it's currently the best way in the game to use it. So, see you guys next time. It's Duke. I'm out of here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give us a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm out.